The internet knows that your favorite wrestling show on Twitch is live. And we'll be jumping right into this dark match action momentarily. Let's see. Should probably just set up automated alerts. But as evidenced from last week's show, I barely understand how my own software works, so that's not how this is going to go. So let us swing right into a dark match here. Make sure my settings aren't fucky. Cool. Let's see, let's do this in Kurikan. And let's see who's going into this. Well, it's not going to be David, because he's wrestling tonight. Actually, you know what? Let's go with WC. The dark match spot might just be a spot for the Def Jam guys. Let's see here. I think it's going to be KO versus WC. I think that has some synchronicity that I like. So let's jump into that right now. Alright, WC, of course, known for his appearance in Def Jam Fight for New York. As you can see on the far right corner of this ring, we are, of course, sponsored by Def Jam Records. Kevin Owens, well known for his tenure in NXT and WWE TV, as well as his run on the Indies as Kevin Steen. This will be some international wrestling, some the classic Canada versus America angle going on here. Let's see. But WC not necessarily content to just make this an America versus Canada thing. He wants to make sure that you know which coast is the best coast. And if you were to ask WC, it would be the West Coast. But, Kevin Owens looking to challenge that with a big boy senton. And continuing to reverse whatever attempts at offense that WC has here. And, the two of them just kind of taking it easy a little bit. Until a big whip around lariat running. Big boy rolling senton from KO. And it is the Kevin Owens show. He's running once again. Another big boy rolling senton. Ooh, but that spinning back fist collides with Kevin Owens, and the two of them have a strike exchange. KO pushing WC, but WC getting the better end of the deal as he is the only man standing, and he hits back-to-back falling fists on Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens once again shutting down WC's momentum with that atomic drop and slowing the match down further with his patented chinlock. You have seen that on WWE TV week in and week out. KO shot into the corner, but ducks that spinning back fist, but WC doesn't seem to care. He's continuing on with his offensive onslaught. Whips KO into the ropes, but doesn't get anything out of it. But thumb to the eye and rolling kick. Big float over DDT from KO. Once again, KO shot into the ropes. This time, once again, KO just with the ring awareness of a many-year veteran. Just rolling out of the way. Gets a count 2 off of that combination. KO finding his mark with the rolling lariat. Big Russian leg sweep and goes again into a cover. Only gets 2 out of it. KO looked like he's setting up for, unclear if it was a pile driver or power bomb, whatever it was, WC was having none of it. WC with a big kick and a big kick combination, putting KO right onto the mat. Here's another punching combination from WC. One of his favorite offensive maneuvers. Gets a 2 count out of it. KO still wants to fight on. And goes for that big pop-up powerbomb. 1, 2, 2.9. Possibly showing the difference in power of these two individuals. KO hitting that pop-up powerbomb and getting the first 2.9 of the evening. But WC is not one to be counted out. Ooh, big facebuster from KO. Just wants to challenge the very idea that WC is still in this match. And it looks like KO going for the package pile driver. Rolls him over, cover, but caught up in the ropes. Big super kick. Bigger big boy senton from the big man Kevin Owens. Right into a rolling lariat. This offensive onslaught will continue as WC shot into the ropes, but WC finally able to break the momentum. And going back to that punching combination that has proven to be so effective for him thus far. Goes for the cover again. 1, 2, 2.9. That is the closest that WC has been thus far in this match. Just barely able to get his shoulder off the mat was Kevin Owens there. KO just electing to deliver a knee to the groin. Big neck breaker from Kevin Owens. Setting up for something. Just a backdrop, dropping WC right on his neck, but WC right back to his feet. And it's KO pushing WC closer and closer to the center of the ring. But WC coming out on top in that exchange. As WC hits that double stomp. Hey, what's going on, Lado Copy? Appreciate you coming in and very much appreciate the sub. As we are Shoot sponsored on Blake's House TV. Ooh, big pop-up powerbomb right on the logo. Courage the Cowardly Dog getting an excellent view as Kevin Owens gets that 3 count fall. Huggy Bear, appreciate you coming in. You just caught the tail end of the dark match, so we are going into the show proper. So, let's give a quick rundown of what you guys are going to be expecting tonight. Of course, the Shoot League will continue. We will have at least one match from all 4 blocks. All 4 of those blocks still very hotly contested at this point. Let's see. I believe you are our first Shoot sponsor, Lado Copy, is to the best of my knowledge, unless somebody beat you to the punch, but I severely doubt that's going to be the case. So let's go on to the other matches you guys have to look forward to tonight. Of course, we have everybody's favorite matchup. That is going to be the Maglo Open Challenge. Maglo once again defending his main event spot against all comers. We will be seeing that again tonight as Maglo will take on the winner of an over-the-top rope battle royal. Let's see. Of course, we have another bit of a grudge match. No gimmicks, no surrender, no retreat. James Holloway and Zero Lopez, both of their match counts at 1-1. Both of the previous matches in this series have been in deathmatch contests. James has requested that we go back to a more traditional wrestling format just to see who the better pure wrestler is going to be. We are going to find out the answer to that tonight. And of course, you saw the tag team tournament last week. We have David Clement, Matthew Knapp, against the reigning defending champions, Sterling and Worzalla. That tag team tournament, certainly huge surprises all across the board. David Clement and Matthew Knapp, just totally unorthodox competitors. Just coming out with surprise victory after surprise victory and earning themselves the #1 contender slot against Sterling and Worzalla, the second Blake's House Tag Team Champions. The first, of course, being Knock Valdo and JJ Mondo. But right now we have... hold on just a moment. Of course, the severely anticipated return of COLBY, who has been on an excursion in Japan. Who knows what kind of friends that he's made overseas that he may be bringing to our promotion. That is right, Huggy Bear. You can never count out dick-based offense, and that is certainly what Matthew Knapp has hung his hat on thus far. But right now, we are going to go straight into the return of COLBY against a mystery opponent from Japan. And that is happening right now. This would look a lot better had I went to an arena that had entrances and the mystery opponent would have come out down the ramp. But as you can see, that is COLBY against the king of the monsters himself, Godzilla. And COLBY already busted open. And the king of the monsters once again just going for that vicious bite attack. Big back elbow by COLBY, and once again, Godzilla just returning to that bite attack. Ooh, goes for a double leg takedown, reversed by COLBY, but reversed once again by Godzilla. Godzilla, a very fearsome competitor. But you certainly cannot count out the maddest competitor on the roster, and that is COLBY. That Western Lariat is an absolute nightmare. If anything can bring the king of the monsters to his knees, it is the Lariat from the West that COLBY delivers in the center of the ring. And that will certainly be the story as it develops over the course of this match. Ooh, COLBY going for that running elbow, and it was blocked. Godzilla just delivering mounted punches. Well, looks like COLBY attempting to drop Godzilla to the floor. And now the two of them just getting into a strike battle directly over the SNK logo. Neither side able to push the other back, but COLBY able to gain the upper hand and returning to mounted punches against the king of the monsters. And there is the Western Lariat from COLBY himself, but only gets a 1 count. Godzilla will be a much more fearsome competitor. Will not be dropped by one Western Lariat. We'll see just how much it is going to take if COLBY is able to bring this competitor to his knees here. And this time, COLBY able to bring Godzilla to the floor with that body slam, but Godzilla bringing a foreign object into the ring. swinging that chair wildly, but unable to find its mark. And once again, going for that running elbow, and it is blocked again by Godzilla. Godzilla running to the corner, hip attack. COLBY is stunned coming out of the corner. Godzilla is calling for the finish as he delivers a double knee drop and stomps the back of the head for good measure. Once again, COLBY shot into the corner. And COLBY reversing fortune, but Godzilla fighting his way out of the corner as COLBY is dropped right into the center of the ring. Godzilla possibly going for something big here. Just half and half suplex there. And once again, that running elbow has not found its mark at all over the course of this match. COLBY continues to go for it, and it is shut down every time. Godzilla just with big fire right in the face of COLBY. But COLBY back to his feet and battling his way out of the corner. Another jawbreaker. And a big spear out of nowhere. As the two competitors circle one another, Godzilla powers his way out of COLBY's hold and hits a running double knee strike. Falcon Arrow, nobody kicks out of the Falcon Arrow. Let's see if COLBY is able to reverse fortune here. COLBY, despite a great deal of training in Japan, unable to take down the King of the Monsters. This is certainly not the last we will see from either of these competitors. But Godzilla, possibly, if not the first, one of the first competitors in a Blake's House ring to legitimately win via the Falcon Arrow. Godzilla versus Worzalla King of the Monsters match. That is an excellent idea that we will have to come back to. Let's see. But give me just a moment here to do some clerical type things. In the meantime, allow me to remind you guys that we do have the Maglo Open Challenge coming up later tonight. As I tab over to the Shoot League. The Battle Royal for the entry into the Maglo Open Challenge will be taking place after the A-Block contest of Shoot League. You know, Godzilla and COLBY possibly gaining some mutual respect. Of course, it was COLBY on excursion from Japan, bringing one of his friends from that he met in his training excursion into the Blake's House ring. That is why you saw Godzilla and COLBY in a contest tonight. And I can certainly appreciate the line of thinking that you've got Huggy Bear as Godzilla versus Worzalla to determine who is the real King of the Monsters. But we are back to the Shoot League A-Block. As previously stated, all 4 blocks reasonably well contested. C block is certainly Alpazar has the biggest head start, but Sanae is not one to be taken lightly. This could go any sort of way. D block, Ken Shamrock versus Jean-Claude Van Damme. And that is the match that we are going to wait to make you guys see, because I think that one is going to be the decider. B block could go any sort of way, as there are a lot of wins, losses, and draws. We are taking shoot requests. We are going to swing into A block right now. Let me know what you guys see. What's the matchups you want to see tonight in A block? Of course, we are having a match from all 4 blocks of the Shoot League, at least one tonight. So if there is a matchup that you guys want to see here, please let me know. We are going into some A block action right now. Orlando versus Suzuki. That match has already happened, And Orlando did best Suzuki in one-on-one competition. We could have some more Orlando if you guys are really interested in seeing more from him tonight, as he has a match against Zack Sabre Jr. and Yuzuko Mawatari. Of course, the fourth member of the Tepu cast missed the registration deadline tragically. Let's see, you want Orlando against Zack Sabre Jr.? I am very okay with that. Zack Sabre, probably my... do I like Zack Sabre more than I like Orlando? Just based on the fact that I own Zack Sabre merchandise and I do not own Orlando... Well, I do own Orlando Nunez merchandise. I do have the Orlando Nunez picture. So, kind of a toss-up. Let's settle it in the ring. Orlando Nunez versus the socialist murder twink Zack Sabre Jr. in... We're going to settle this in the octagon. And Zack Sabre starting things off strong with a flying armbar, reversing that right hook from Orlando Nunez. And Zack Sabre has gotten control, but Orlando powering it out. Back switch, and just a punishing tackle to Zack Sabre, just trying to work the limbs of his opponent. Which, gotta say, is excellent strategy given the circumstances of the match. If you can gain any advantage by disabling your opponent and can lock on a hold before 9 minutes are up, force them to submit, you take wins any way you can get them in the octagon. Huggy Bear, I am sure that there is an AOC in the Steam Workshop. I'll have to look later. People keep suggesting wrestlers, but they're only suggesting them in the chat, and I forget this exists before I go live the next week. So just please send me shit through some other channels. Look, the Dodecagon is working Octagon. I've been over this, Lado Coffee. Like, I appreciate you sponsoring our wrestling show, but you're breaking kayfabe. Zack Sabre kicking Orlando's leg out from under his leg and delivering a patented European uppercut as he locks on an Anaconda Vice. This round thus far has been all Zack Sabre Jr. But Orlando finally able to break up that offensive momentum and lock on a Kimura, finally getting a start this round. And that momentum broken up by Zack Sabre. As he locks on an ankle lock. Zack Sabre, of course, possibly best known in America for his work in Suzuki-gun, the stable of just absolutely deadly submission wrestlers. Of course, led by Minoru Suzuki. But you certainly can't count out Taka or Zack Sabre. But right now, it is Orlando working the submission holds, trying to shut down Zack Sabre. He goes for a dropkick, unable to find its mark. But that punch certainly find his mark as Orlando locks on the crossface. Zack Sabre able to power his way out. And just a few more seconds and this round is over. This really could go either way unless either competitor has a decisive blow. We may be seeing another draw. But, of course, we have seen Orlando with the RK Orlando in very clutch moments. And Zack Sabre can make you tap from any hold that he applies. So, anything could happen in the next 2 minutes. So, back switch. But Zack Sabre rolls through. Locks on that Kimura. Good block from Zack Sabre. Ooh, but Orlando just shutting down whatever it is Zack Sabre was doing, and both competitors just trading arm holds here, just trying to disable their opponents. Zack going for the double leg. He misses, but that European uppercut finds its mark. Ooh, just a minute to go. There is no decisive leader in this contest right now. Ooh, Orlando once again applying that Kimura, this time from underneath Zack Sabre. Ooh, just 20 more seconds. Only 10 seconds. And this match will go to a draw. Somewhat unsatisfying conclusion to Zack Sabre Jr. and Orlando Nunez. Zack Sabre, of course, if we look at this A-block action here, has not been knocked out, has not been submitted, but he has been unable to achieve a decisive victory against any of his opponents. Let's see. His last matchup in this block would be against 90s Suzuki. Let's see. Before we quit out of the A block. Huggy Bear, there is not a point system without mods, unfortunately. I think you can mod it in, but my save is totally unmodified aside from custom ring mats and Orlando getting custom music. That being said, I like that there are draws for league matches specifically, because that makes the point system matter. For everything else, it kind of sucks. I'm going to call an audible here, and I want to see Zack Sabre versus Suzuki before we quit out of A block and go on to that battle royal to determine the opponents for the Maglo Open Challenge. So I'm going to do that right now. We're going to see. Zack Sabre is not out of this by any stretch of the imagination. If he wins this match and Bart Gunn and Orlando lose their match, he could potentially win this tournament. But those are fairly long odds for both of those things to happen. Actually, you know what? No, I'll not do that. Because I kind of like leaving the suspense up. I will go Suzuki versus Mawatari. So Nunez and Bart Gunn have already fought one another, and they fought each other to a draw. They could both lose, as Nunez has to fight Yuzuko, and Bart Gunn also has to fight Yuzuko. So, really, Yuzuko could be the linchpin to determine the winner of this bracket. Let's see. GK, you did not miss a whole lot. You missed the dark match. You missed COLBY's return. Unfortunately, very much like last week, the shenanigans that we had planned out did not come to pass, as COLBY was pinned in a fair contest by the King of the Monsters, Godzilla, in roughly 8 minutes 30. Yes, and Lado Copy is the company's first sponsor. So, you know. Yeah, shit does in fact happen. Let me see here. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to go Yuzuko versus Suzuki, as this match has basically no bearing on A block. And then next week, some real shit is going to start happening in this bracket. So Suzuki having a bit of a rough time in this tournament, as he has been unable to get a win. Let's see how he does against the MMA prodigy, Yuzuko Mawatari. You could add yourself to the mat. Oh man, that's the first Northern Light suplex into a cross arm breaker. Something that we probably should have seen in the last matchup, as that is one of Zack Sabre's signature holds. Also, Joey, I did not shout you out when I saw you in the chat. Appreciate you coming by to hang out as well as Gatekeeper. See. Looks like both of these competitors just kind of feeling each other out. Suzuki with that double leg going into the Kimura. We saw a lot of that in the previous matchup in A Block. And I'm sure we will be seeing plenty more, as both of these competitors have a strong mat wrestling background. And just as I say that, Suzuki just going to those strike combinations and rolls through with another cross arm breaker. And Yuzuko possibly saved by the bell. Big slam and another cross arm breaker. Suzuki looking a lot more focused in this contest. Like, he very clearly has something he wants to target, and he is sticking to it. He's just continually working the arm of Yuzuko. Like, this is a degree of focus we have not seen from Suzuki at all this tournament. Let's see if it pays dividends in this matchup. Ooh, very nearly getting caught with that axe kick. And Suzuki once again going to that cross arm breaker. Unable to get a submission. But so far, this has been the Suzuki show. Yuzuko has been unable to find her mark with that patented choke that she uses, or really any of her signature holds. Once again, Suzuki hitting the double leg, and this time going for the scarf hold. Possibly trying to tire out the younger competitor as he takes her wind out from her. And it seems to be effective, as Yuzuko looks like she's a bit slouched here. But Yuzuko will once again get saved by the bell. And Suzuki unable to apply any more damage from that chokehold. This time Suzuki locking on a knee bar. Sort of going away from what got him to the dance, so to speak. And Suzuki picking up his first win in A Block. Just picking apart Yuzuko limb from limb, quite literally, as he had worked the arm, had worked the legs, and had been working the neck for basically the entirety of round two. So, this is going to change things pretty severely in A Block. Let's see. Technically speaking, no one is mathematically eliminated from A Block. So, any match that happens next week is potentially an upset, or could potentially lock somebody in as the victor of A Block. But that's going to have to wait, as we are moving on to the Battle Royal. So there are two Suzukis in this tournament. There is Pancrase Suzuki from the 90s where he was a legitimate mixed martial arts competitor. And then there is Suzuki 2017 from when he wrestled in New Japan. So Suzuki is represented in 2 different blocks of the tournament. Let's see. All right, so we're going to go with Battle Royal. This time we are going over the top rope Battle Royal, which means if at any moment your feet touch the floor, you are eliminated. This will be an absolute scramble. Of course, we have to go with... Oh, we need to go to the Blake's House ring. The People's Champion needs to be represented. Let's see, so... At some point, statistically speaking, Terrell has to win a Battle Royal. Is my understanding of how this works. Let's see. Antonio, you are not on the card tonight. I will give you a shot at the Battle Royal. But let's see here. So, I appreciate what you're trying to set up, Lado Copy. Unfortunately, I do not have that video, as I'm basically deleting video after I run them, just for space reasons, because eventually it will just get unmanageable. We do have 6 open slots for the Maglo Battle Royal. And there is a handful of people here in the chat, so if you guys want to suggest some names, of course, certainly some good options would be literally anyone from the cast of Fight for New York. I see Joey and Gatekeeper both hanging out in the chat. Major names in the Def Jam Fight for New York community. And, PJ King of Games, excellent idea. Let's see, we can have Exhibit in the Battle Royal as well. So, here's a thing to be aware of, Joey, is in the last few weeks, the Def Jam guys have been in dark matches and just been putting on barn burners of contests. So it is a great idea to get some of those guys involved onto the main show, and Exhibit is certainly an excellent choice. Let's see, I saw a suggestion for Ray. I can certainly oblige there as well. Let's see. Henry Rollins? I am very cool with Henry Rollins. Also, just as a heads up, they were requested last week. We do now have Too Cool. We do have a 6-man tag match, so we might have Too Cool running against D-Generation X later tonight. But let me see. Yeah, I'm cool with Henry Rollins and also giving Robert another shot. Let's see. Let's see. We do have 1 slot, and actually, let's see. I know I did bring this up, that, let me see here. He does not have a Black Flag alternate. I think I have Antonov. Let me check. Oh, I do have an Antonov. All right. That's going to round out the Battle Royal. Certainly an interesting group of competitors. Let's see. So let's go ahead and get to that.
Hello, Blake's House wrestling fans. I am John Boggy III, Esquire, the head of Judgment Pro Wrestling. Something is awry within Blake's House. The Maglo Open Challenge is a rigged event proven by the fact that week after week the wrestlers tire themselves out in a battle royale before challenging the face of the company. At least Judgment Pro Wrestling provides its competitors a fair opportunity, which is only a fraction of what makes us the best in the business. And which is why our man, A-Man, the reigning JPW heavyweight champion, will always come out on top when compared to your beloved Maglo. As for the rest of the reasons, I know you people already know why Judgment Pro Wrestling is the best in the business. Now that you've been blessed by my presence, how about we go back to the show?
Alright, certainly some strong words from the big boss of Judgment Pro Wrestling, JB3. Fairly ironic choice of words, as he was one of the first winners of the Maglo Battle Royal and the only successful challenger of the Maglo Open Challenge. Like, JB3 certainly proof positive that it is possible. That all 8 men in the ring right now are fighting for an opportunity to be in the main event with the champion. The People's Champion. The champion of Blake's House Professional Wrestling. Artist that has toured all across the United States. Of course, I am talking about one of my favorite competitors and yours, Maglo. And the winner of this Battle Royal will have the honor of competing against him in tonight's main event. So, let's not waste any more time. Let's just get straight into this match. That being said, it's taking JB3's words to heart. A-Man will have a match tonight. As we are going to give his own men some opportunities to prove themselves in the Blake's House ring. But right now, let's focus on this Battle Royal, where it is absolute chaos in the ring. And Rollins and Exhibit briefly tying up there. Sort of reliving the top of Def Jam Fight for New York. It looked like Antonio was going for some sort of reverse Frankensteiner, and Rollins broke that up immediately. Yeah, it is far too difficult to keep track of every little thing going on in the ring. Exhibit, though, of course, of patented submissions from Exhibit. Locking on that armbar. And you see Antonio and Terrell just trading camel clutches. GK, you literally missed your segment unless you caught that running before you stepped out. So apologies there. Oh, PJ King of Games locking a knee bar onto Terrell. So there are currently no eliminations. This is still very much anyone's match. And Robert going with that illegal offense that's got him the win on last week's show. Mario is down, so any eliminations at this point in the match unlikely to count. But Mario able to get back to his feet. And Terrell and Antonio with that double dropkick on Antonov, showing some Blake's House solidarity there. Oh, it looked like Antonov was going for possibly a package pile driver. And hits a clubbing blow to the back of the head of PJ King of Games. Ooh, Mysterio rolling up Antonio. Antonio very nearly hoisted on his own petard as he requested Rey Mysterio be able to participate in this match. And Terrell just showing off that all that power in that small frame of his. Like, he will pick up and drop anyone to the floor if possible, and certainly that is going to be necessary if he wants to win this match. And we still do not have a single elimination nearly 10 minutes into this contest, and just as I say that, Henry Rollins is out of this match. Antonio with that big frog splash, but Mario was unavailable to go to count the cover, so he's going for it once again. This time Mario is able to make the play, but PJ King of Games breaks it up. Maybe he likes his odds with Mysterio in the match better than without. Terrell delivering a series of suplex to Rey Mysterio. Terrell and Robert now teaming up against Exhibit. And this is still very much anyone's match. Ooh, Exhibit rolling out of the way of that splash by Mysterio. Mysterio just comes crashing down to the mat. Terrell hitting that signature figure 4 on Antonov, but Antonov refusing to submit. It looked like PJ was trying to hit Robert with a double arm DDT, a maneuver he knows very well as he employs it fairly regularly in his matches. And Antonio hitting Rey Mysterio with the greatest thing since sliced bread. Of course I am talking about the sliced bread number 2. And Mysterio shot into the corner turnbuckle, but that might be exactly where he wants to be, as he is far away from everything going on in this match. And Antonov delivers a huge axe kick onto Robert, as Robert was going for the cover. We are once again at a spot where... Oh, Mysterio just absolutely robbing PJ King of Games, as Mysterio drops a guillotine from the top rope onto the neck of PJ. And Antonio once again returning to that frog splash he learned from his Uncle Eddie. And gets 2.9 out of it. Ooh, Antonov going for some MMA offense, but was rolled up. And Antonio nearly getting Antonov out of this contest. Mysterio's been eliminated on a... I was certainly looking somewhere else, as did not see what caused him to be removed from this contest. So we have a much clearer picture now with only 6 men in the ring. I believe that is now Exhibit out of this match, as Antonio hits that diving dive kick right to the jaw of PJ King of Games. PJ King of Games will not be deterred, but possibly this STO and suplex is going to be exactly what the rest of the competitors in this match needed to slow this man down. As PJ and Robert battle it out, neither side really able to gain any ground. PJ setting up for a big wheel kick, and Robert responding back with a headbutt. And there it is, a double arm DDT, one of Robert's signature holds. While and Robert getting a 3 count fall, he could potentially be in a position where he is the first ever 2-time Maglo Battle Royal winner. And his odds are fairly good, as he is one of only 3 men still in this match. Antonov going for the cover. 3 count fall, and just as I say that, possibly a commentator's curse, as Robert is eliminated from this match. It could be Terrell's time. He just has to survive Antonov. He has been in Battle Royal after Battle Royal. His real only objective is to lift people and drop them onto the mat, and he only has to get through one more competitor to make it to Maglo, but that stomach punch could be the move that does him in, as Antonov shuts down perennial Battle Royal competitor Terrell Benjamin and moves on to tonight's main event. So, ladies and gentlemen, that means that Antonov of King of Fighters fame will be Maglo's opponent tonight in the Maglo Open Challenge. Oh, actually, I need to not be in Battle Royal. That'd probably be a good idea. As we are going back to some singles action, as sure you guys have seen that. Make sure my settings are good. Cool. Oop, hold on a moment here. Let's see. So, JV3 of Judgment Pro Wrestling, of course, singing the praises of his competitor A-Man. We are going to give him a match right now. And certainly spoke this man's praises earlier on in tonight's show. Let's see. Let me see here. Shit, hold on a second. Got something going on Discord. Let me see. Actually, let me check something. Oh, for some reason I thought I had WWF Taka. Because I know I've got him in... This could be another thing where I'm just not reading. Certainly a possibility. We do have Bonesaw as a wrestler. We can see some Bonesaw later tonight. Right now, however, let me... Let's see. Let me just... Actually, you know what? GK, if you don't mind, actually, let me just fucking send you some shit in Discord. Like... Let me see. Alright. Yeah, so we were singing this man's praises earlier on in the Shoot League. Taka Michinoku from Suzuki-gun. Let's see. Against A-Man, who is possibly the top talent in Judgment Pro Wrestling. So we're going to jump right into that match now and see how A-Man handles himself against a submission specialist from New Japan Pro Wrestling. Oop, I need to get out of this ring. A-Man getting some jeers from the crowd as an outside talent, certainly understandable, but you cannot afford to take this man lightly. Like, yeah, you've seen a great... I think you've seen everyone from Judgment Pro Wrestling over the past several weeks, and every one of those competitors is a very real threat. So if he is the current champion of Judgment Pro Wrestling, he is not someone that you can afford to underestimate. But was certainly speaking about Taka Michinoku, a legend in professional wrestling. Competed in the WWF in the late 90s. But has competed in Japan for several years. Probably the past 30 years. And he is a man that will make you tap out. But right now, A-Man is not at all concerned about the submission prowess of Taka Michinoku, as he is just showing raw power and just taking advantage of the size advantage he has over the smaller competitor. And returning from lariat after lariat, just trying to take this man's head off. And you could honestly believe he could do it. And running with another big body splash. And Taka seems a bit frustrated here, resorting to the low blow to just get A-Man off him temporarily, and that may be the thing that he needed to get things moving here. But this time, A-Man able to deliver that huge chokeslam and gets 2.9 over Taka Michinoku. Getting some information from the back. Big boss of Judgment Pro Wrestling informing me that that big body splash that A-Man has used a couple of times in this match is one of his signature holds. So I'm sure we will be seeing that a couple more times this evening as A-Man continues to deliver punishment to Taka Michinoku as he just hits it once more. And once again getting 2.9, Taka has had very little offense against A-Man. Not even keeping A-Man down long enough to get a running strike. But once again going to that low blow, just shutting down his offensive efforts. But there it is again, that huge chokeslam running to the ropes. Another big body splash. And a 3-count fall. A-Man winning in decisive fashion. And Judgment Pro Wrestling's champion, taking out a legend of professional wrestling, Taka Michinoku, and doing so decisively. Taka unable to connect with any of those patented submission holds that he's known for, unable to connect with the Michinoku driver. A-Man had an answer for every question that Taka would have thrown at him, and he comes out on top tonight. So, I know this is a Blake's House Pro Wrestling crowd, but credit where credit is due. A-Man did an excellent job in tonight's contest. But right now, we are going to be running back to the Shoot League. So we are in B block. B block, very similar to A block, fairly wide open. No one is running away here. No one is running away with B block. But this is the point where I am willing to take some audience requests. If there is some matchups that you guys really want to see, we can run at least one match out of this block. Chris Redfield very nearly finished in B block. If he fights one more time, then he can just sit back and wait and see how the rest of this block shakes out. Alfonso has only fought once thus far. I think that might be something we correct tonight, regardless if that's the audience-suggested match. These matches are short enough, we can always run 2 of them. But, let's see, Alfonso and Tatanka. I'm very okay with that matchup. Let's see. So the first matchup in B block competition this evening is Alfonso versus Tatanka. Give me a moment here. I'm trying to... Alright, Alfonso, of course, a monster of a competitor who has proven himself time and time again in the Blake's House ring. Tatanka, best known for his run in early 90s WWF, but had a bit of a second wind on the New Legacy Brawl for All stream. And right now having a pretty good run against Alfonso. Someone that you would certainly not expect to be a force to be reckoned with in a mixed martial arts competition. But he has proven that he is not one that should be underestimated. And Alfonso's really continually spinning his wheels, trying to take on Tatanka, and he's finally gotten some momentum started. Ooh, big DDT from Alfonso. Followed by a rock bottom. And he locks on the sharpshooter. Tatanka has nowhere to go, but in just 2 more seconds, he's saved by the bell. And we will move on to round 2. And there we have another sharpshooter. This time, Tatanka unable to be saved by the bell. He's got to power his way out of that hold, and he does. But Alfonso hits the attitude adjustment dead center in the middle of the octagon. And for the last several minutes, it has been all Alfonso. But looks like there's a little bit of a disagreement going on in the crowd between the Blake's House talent and the Judgment Pro Wrestling, or Blake's House talent and the Blake's House affiliates, and the big boss of Judgment Pro Wrestling himself. But really, we shouldn't let that take away from the match we have on screen here, as there will be plenty of opportunities for Blake's House and Judgment Pro Wrestling to go head-to-head. But right now, we've got some mixed martial arts action going on, and Tatanka has finally got some things going for himself this round, but Alfonso to his feet first. Like, he has taken a lot out of Tatanka in this match, and he will continue to do so as he hits the big spine buster, and that was all he needed. Alfonso taking Tatanka out with a slam with only 5 seconds to go in the second round. Let's see, let's see. I do like the way you guys are thinking, as I am able to get a little bit better caught up on the scuffle that was happening backstage and into the crowd. Tatanka very well may be dead after that. He does have one more fight to go through, but he is mathematically out of this tournament. That Judgment Pro Wrestling certainly has a great deal of talent, as does Blake's House. We may have to see a little bit more head-to-head action as we move things along here. Let's see. However, right now we are still sitting in B block. Is there another match that you guys are interested in seeing as we can kind of move things along here? Let's see. Who's Tatanka's other opponent is Suzuki, who is also very nearly dead in the water. This is a nothing match, and I will probably just run this off stream, honestly. Let's see. Is that Ruska and Redfield? That actually will probably be good. Ruska and Alfonso has some pretty big implications for what the actual winner of this tournament will be. Actually, Ruska and Redfield is probably going to be a big decider on how B block shakes out. Let's see. I think we can arrange something like that on next week's show, because we've got a little bit too much packed into tonight's show, especially with the late start. Let me go ahead and save this, because we do have some other matches we need to get to tonight. But I am definitely liking the interactions and the interpromotional interactions going on backstage. And, I mean, I just booked the thing. If that's the match that the fans want to see, and if that is the match that the competitors want to fight in, I am very much open to putting that on next week's show. But right now, let's go to the garden. All right. So we've got some six-man tag action. This title has historically been defended in Elimination Tag, and it will be defended in Elimination Tag once again tonight. So we need a 3-man team to compete against D-Generation X. I mean, Antonio does have, let's see. Does have his buddy, Ashtray LaCroix, or whatever the Persona protagonist's name is. But, I'm very cool with Too Cool. Too Cool was requested last week, and I did not have the wrestlers to run Too Cool. We do have them this week. Let's see. So, yeah, I like the way you guys think. I don't know, I like Ashtray or LaCroix better. Man, Grandmaster Sexy with an unfortunate nameplate, very similar to the like EX Big Mac that McDonald's had. So, Too Cool, unable to compete on last week's show. Scotty 2 Hottie and Grandmaster Sexy unable to find their way to the arena. Getting a second chance at life here. Competing against D-Generation X for the King of Fighters TV title. TV title once again meaning that this championship will be defended every week. So if you are looking for some big, some tag team action, Blake's House Professional Wrestling is going to be a spot that you are going to want to tune into every Sunday. And X-Pac, the star of the show last week, already off to a great start, getting Scotty 2 Hottie out of the ring after delivering that Bronco Buster, but Rikishi trying to turn things around here. And appears to be able to do so as the power advantage proves to be too great for X-Pac to deal with. And X-Pac will tag into the 9th wonder of the world, Chyna. And this will kind of erase that power advantage that Rikishi had. But Rikishi still just using that very distinct size advantage that probably 2 of the members of D-Generation X combined would not override. And Rikishi just not finished with Chyna knocking her off the apron, but Triple H punishing Rikishi for it. And goes for the cover. And only gets 2. And Rikishi now delivering some punishment from the apron as Triple H attempts to return the favor and is unsuccessful. But Triple H dropping Brian Christopher to the floor. And Triple H and Grandmaster Sexy are just going to be fighting it out on the outside as both members of both teams will just sit on the apron and allow this to happen as the two fight it out. And Triple H delivering the mounted punches to Grandmaster Sexy, reversing the Irish Whip. Triple H, certainly the most seasoned in-ring competitor in this match here. They call him the Cerebral Assassin for a reason. His ring awareness is second to none. But right now, Scotty 2 Hottie doesn't seem to care, as his moves are finding their way through on his opponent. But there is the experience from Triple H coming into play, avoiding that attack into the corner and allowing him to get to his own corner and tag X-Pac back into this contest. And is X-Pac Scotty 2 Hottie that we started this matchup with, that X-Pac had a pretty clear advantage, so much so that Scotty 2 Hottie was forced to tag out before really getting any real offense in, but he is not having that trouble here as he's gotten a big inverted suplex onto X-Pac, and it has been all Scotty 2 Hottie at this point. Scotty 2 Hottie electing to tag Grandmaster Sexy in from a much better position than he had in the previous exchange. And it is X-Pac that will retreat to his corner and tag in one of his partners. And that brings Chyna, the 9th wonder of the world, back in. But right now she's been hit with a guillotine right across the neck from Grandmaster Sexy. And Chyna finally breaking up some of that momentum. She delivers clubbing blow after clubbing blow to Grandmaster Sexy and just kicking Sexy directly into the ribs. Now, Grandmaster Sexy will elect to tag Scotty 2 Hottie back into this contest. And he was on a bit of a roll before he got out of this match, and it looks like he's keeping that momentum. Chyna unable to capitalize any further as Scotty 2 Hottie was shot into the corner turnbuckle. And Scotty 2 Hottie will continue this offensive onslaught. And that strike just dropping Chyna to her knees. But Chyna showing off her power just with that huge body slam. Scotty 2 Hottie not quite finished, bringing Chyna back into the ring. Chyna electing to go back into her corner and have Triple H fight it out, but Triple H is really unable to get anything going. And Scotty Hottie delivers a step-up enziguri, shoots off the ropes, and elbow drop right into the neck of Triple H. Scotty Hottie electing to bring Rikishi back into this contest, and Rikishi just shooting Triple H to the outside. Taking a bit of a breather here. Both competitors just wildly swinging at one another, neither able to find their mark. Triple H attempting to get something going, and Rikishi just powering right out of it. For as great as DX's run was last week, they have not gotten any significant offense in this match. Too Cool have been tagging frequently, keeping one another fresh, and been having just some excellent offensive efforts individually. Scotty 2 Hottie cutting off Triple H before he's able to get to his own corner. Excellent ring awareness from Scotty 2 Hottie. But Triple H just powering out with those repeated punches and bringing X-Pac back into this contest. Hopefully X-Pac can get something going for D-Generation X, or it is going to be a long match for this team. Both in the figurative sense in that it will be difficult, but also in the very literal sense where you will just have to slowly watch as your teammates get eliminated pinfall after pinfall. And another step-up enziguri from Grandmaster Sexy. And a punch to the back of the head will just send X-Pac to the ground. Snap suplex, just dropping X-Pac right in his own corner, keeping his opponent right where he wants him. He's going to the high red district, flying guillotine just right across the chest, goes for the cover. 1, 2, 3. Oh no, 2.9. X-Pac still has something left in the tank. I was sure that was going to be it. And this time it was. X-Pac. Harada's throwing up the X. X-Pac is finished. As that diving guillotine takes X-Pac out of this match. And D-Generation X are in a lot of trouble here. Neither Triple H nor Chyna have really been able to get anything going. And even after locking on that hold, Grandmaster Sexy was able to get to his corner as Chyna was too winded to capitalize. Big body splash from Chyna. Now this is certainly an interaction that would favor D-Generation X, because the power advantage from Chyna proving itself. Big body splash. 2.9 from the Ninth Wonder, and Scotty 2 Hottie will tag himself out of this match, but as will Chyna. Aside from the big Bronco Buster from X-Pac very early into this match, D-Generation X have not hit a lot of their signature holds. Lotto copy, I will have to see if the Shoney's bear is a thing, because there are certainly several bears, and oh, Triple H, the cerebral assassin, using his ring awareness to roll out of the way of that guillotine that took X-Pac out of the match. This could be what D-Generation X needs, is Chyna is able to just catch a breather in the center of the ring as Brian Christopher was sent to the outside. And there is that dastardly teamwork from D-Generation X this team is known for. As Triple H just held Grandmaster Sexy and allowed Chyna to get some additional offense in. We have not seen Rikishi for several minutes. He is going to be a very fresh competitor, and he just rolls out of the way of that diving elbow drop. That freshness certainly coming into play. Big hip drop from Rikishi, only getting 2.9 out of it. But Chyna has had enough following that hip drop. Ooh, big Samoan drop from the Big Samoan, and a hip drop right onto Triple H's chest. And that also gets a 2.9. Clubbing blow to the chest sends Triple H to his knees. And another Samoan drop from Rikishi, followed by another hip drop. 1, 2, 3 count fall. Triple H is eliminated. It is all up to Chyna. Chyna locked on the pedigree. Right on the Def Jam logo. She's going up top. 1, 2. Diving axe handle, crushing blow to Rikishi, but will it be enough? Big hip attack. And the disrespect from Rikishi, hitting Chyna with her own signature hold, delivering the pedigree and tagging Brian Christopher back into this contest. Grandmaster Sexy, of course, crippling X-Pac with that diving guillotine off the top. Chyna diving elbow drop. She has got a long way to go. All 3 members of Too Cool are still in this match. 1, 2. Only gets 2 on Grandmaster Sexy. Chyna able to get a hand on the bottom rope, which keeps her in this contest. But for how much longer? So hey, nobody, appreciate you coming into the stream. Let's see. Grandmaster Sexy, that's gotta be it. 1, 2, 2.9. No, it is not. Chyna all heart. Big powerbomb whip, but Grandmaster Sexy immediately to his feet and hitting that sit-out facebuster directly in front of X-Pac. Just showing off that that he is not the only one that can hit that X Factor. Big diving elbow drop from Chyna. Chyna has gone further in this match. Oh, big Rikishi driver. You have seen what that move can do on Blake's House Television as Maglo employs it as the Maglo driver, and it achieves the same result as Rikishi gets a 3 count fall. And Rikishi just doing a little dance for the people in the crowd. As we have new champions tonight for the KOF TV title. And just like last week's show, the other team unable to get a single elimination as Rikishi receives a 3-count fall off that Rikishi driver. So we've got new champions. But Too Cool will have to be back next week to defend their title. You know, it might be. I don't think anyone has ever won the ever won the 6-man back-to-back weeks. So we are going back into the Shoot League, but before we do that, just a reminder, after we go into some C block action, we have the run back of the run back. James Holloway, Zero Lopez, no gimmicks, no surrender, no retreat in singles action after tonight's Shoot League C block competition. So let's jump straight into C block so we can get to that match afterward. So C block, oops, I am in the wrong part of the bracket. Yeah, nobody, I very much appreciate the energy you are bringing to this stream. That is the kind of energy we need in the crowd to get these competitors excited about their matches that they are putting on for you, the fans. So, alternatively, though, have you considered if James does the vintage Eddie Guerrero and wins via disqualification? Have you considered that that is a thing that could occur? But like Greg? Alright, so this is viewer request. If there is a matchup that you guys want to see in C block, please let me know. We've got a lot of potential matchups that could mean big things for this tournament. Let's see. Probably going to hold off. Oh, Dan Severn and Sanae could potentially be a good match. I'm going to hold off on that one because that one's got big implications for what the winner of this block could be. Would like to see another Sanae match tonight. Let me see here. Bradshaw versus anyone? All right. Bradshaw versus Sanae might be the matchup then, because this is going to have some big implications. You know what? I'll do both things. Bradshaw will fight twice tonight. But since this was actually requested by the audience, I'm going to do Bradshaw versus Alpazar. Oh wait, that match already happened. James, that you... Oops. So, yeah, we're doing Sanae versus Bradshaw. Yeah, I'm cool with that. Alright, Sanae, the captain of the karate club, going up against Bradshaw. Of course, we have seen Sanae in past weeks. She is certainly no stranger to mixed martial arts competition. She beat Judgment Pro Wrestling's Nikita Stalin via chokehold, if I'm not mistaken. So is certainly capable. Actually, possibly did not beat him via chokehold, but certainly countered a lot of those double legs into a chokehold. And is able to hold her own as a grappler on top of her very strong striking ability. But Bradshaw, of course, a competitor in the original Brawl for All tournament. Somebody that is a force in a mixed martial arts setting. Somebody that will absolutely bully you with relentless strikes. And neither side able to get the upper hand. Sanae attempting to kick Bradshaw's leg out from under his leg and unable to find her mark with either of those kicks. Yeah, that is absolutely correct. Bradshaw, a bully in the ring and backstage. Let's see if the captain of the Karate Club can bring this man to justice with her educated feet. Thus far, it has really been all Bradshaw. Sanae unable to find her mark with those big kicks, but has been getting sustained damage to the head and neck, as well as to the legs of Bradshaw, with those knee strikes and axe kicks. But Bradshaw certainly on top in this situation. And big toe kick from Bradshaw, just shutting down Sanae. Bradshaw just posing for the fans, not something you want to do in a mixed martial arts setting. But, oh, very nearly hitting with a big power bomb, but Bradshaw to his feet first, showing that things have not gotten big. Kamigoye, just knee strike to the jaw of Bradshaw. Yeah, just totally shutting down Sanae otherwise. Sane's got a long way to go. Either survive for 3 minutes or possibly get a big knockout blow. Ooh, beautiful falling fist from Sanae. But it does not look like Bradshaw is going to give her the opportunity, as every major offensive effort she's had, Bradshaw is totally shut down. Ooh, but these mounted kicks to the crown of the head certainly going to turn things around in her favor. Still not finding her mark with that big kick, but finally able to kick Bradshaw's legs out from under his legs. And finally getting a bit of an advantageous position, but Bradshaw again shutting down any offensive momentum that she has just with that big elbow to face. And those elbows and forearms from Bradshaw doing a great deal of work, which is certainly no surprise, as he is known for that big clothesline from Wall Street. Unclear what's going on here. Bradshaw not responsive. Bradshaw winning by knockout. So, the way that matches work, where the only win condition is knockout, when somebody's health is reduced to 0, they are knocked out. Sane's health was reduced to 0, but with a maneuver that did not knock her down. So Bradshaw knew he won by knockout, but Sanae still had control of her character. However, it will check again for knockout when a character goes to the ground, and that flying armbar put Sanae on the ground. So the knockout check happened again, and that's when the game recognized, oh, this wrestler is knocked out. Bit of a goofy interaction that sometimes happens in this game. But Bradshaw taking the win over the captain of the Karate Club and upsetting possibly the dark horse in this matchup. Let's see here. So at this stage, it's really Bradshaw and Dan Severn chasing Alpazar. If Alpazar can get one more win, he's out of this block. Well, I guess Sanae could potentially get 2 wins, but it's going to be a long road. Yeah, Ibushi does. We could run Ibushi Alpazar, but I feel like that's... actually, Ibushi... Despite... Yeah, we can run Bradshaw's last match. So, despite Ibushi having no points, both of these matches have pretty major implications for the rest of this tournament. However, I will run Bradshaw versus Ibushi because we were requested some more Bradshaw matches. And see if Ibushi can get something done this in this block here. Ibushi, the absolute disaster, best known for just absolutely hating his own body in DDT Pro Wrestling. This man has not seen something he did not want to jump off of. Unfortunately, diving off the cage walls is not allowed in mixed martial arts competition. Although I think I did see somebody do a springboard off the cage once in a real MMA fight, and it was pretty cool. Big moonsault from the Golden Star Ibushi. I doubt Ibushi's gonna come to America, like, to work full-time. Like, I just don't think he likes to travel. Which, I can't say I blame him. Like, being in a foreign country when you are also dumb as hell is really difficult. And Ibushi is definitely dumb as hell in real life. Like, I love him, but nah. But, let's see. Discussing where Ibushi might end up after, no, I think he's shoot dumb. Discussing where Ibushi might end up, if he ever decides to leave New Japan Pro Wrestling and his, occasional stints with DDT. That's kind of distracting from the matchup that's happening at hand, where Ibushi is fighting Bradshaw. This matchup certainly going less in Bradshaw's favor than the Sanae match that happened previously, but Bradshaw still appears to have the upper hand. His just brawling style lending itself better to this mixed martial arts competition than Ibushi's more athletic junior heavyweight style. And those quick punches from Bradshaw finding their mark, but Ibushi with those repeated kicks, that is going to be what Ibushi needs. Just put those feet to good use. Something Sanae was unable to do until it was far too late. And an elbow to the back of the head from Bradshaw. Bradshaw takes this match. And as I said before we went into this matchup, this match had very major implications for how the C block was going to go. As we now have Bradshaw with 12 points. It is possible, however unlikely, for Bradshaw to win C block with 12 points. If Eric Alpazar loses his next two matches, Bradshaw wins. But that would also require Dan Severn to lose his next, or to not win his match against Sanae. However, we are still in a situation where 12 points is certainly not a safe lead. If Eric wins either of these two matches, Bradshaw's out. If Sanae wins both of these matches, Bradshaw is out. If Dan Severn wins this match, I am unclear as to how the tiebreaker situation works, as they have tied against each other and their records against other competitors appears to be even. So I am actually not sure what happens if Dan Severn wins his match. But that is something we will have to find out next week. As we are saving the league progress. And we have, coming up next, the grudge match. James Holloway, Zero Lopez, both of them competing in some absolutely gruesome death matches, have elected to settle this grudge in standard singles competition. Let's see. Oops. Give me just a moment here. Yep, that's good. All right. So we have James Holloway, Zero Lopez, and that match is happening right now. So just to kind of keep you guys up on the score, both of these competitors 1-1. James having the advantage as his victory comes in singles contests, in singles competition. However, Zero is not one to be underestimated. He is all heart. And just from a pure skills standpoint, one of the most dangerous competitors in a professional wrestling setting, as he can come at you from a lot of different angles. What Zack Sabre Jr. is as a submission specialist, Zero Lopez is as a grappler. He has a lot of transitional maneuvers that can get him at advantageous position, and you will be looking for that over the course of this matchup. I think an interesting thing to be aware of about their previous matchups in deathmatch style wrestling, James Holloway's finishing hold is a 450 off the top rope. He did not have access to that in either of their previous matchups, as the turnbuckle was replaced with some kind of dangerous foreign objects. So we are going to be seeing a more dangerous James Holloway than we have seen in the previous two contests. James hitting that dragon screw leg whip. Zero going to the high red district. And James responds back with a big Frankensteiner. Showing why you do not represent Orange Gatorade in this wrestling ring. Big flashing elbow from Zero. Neither side able to gain ground, but James able to gain the upper hand in that strike exchange. Drop kick to knee, takes Zero's leg out from under his leg. And he continues his assault on the legs of Zero, which is going to play a major factor in this match, as Zero's athleticism certainly plays a part in his strategy. And there you can see the educated feet of Zero as he uses the Zero Fighter kick rush. Big jawbreaker from Holloway, goes for the cover. Only gets one. Big Sobot kick. Ooh, Zero with the sling blade, dead center in the ring. Zero running the ropes once again. Sling blade again. Possibly a take-two situation, but big tombstone pile driver from Holloway, and he goes once again to the knee bar. Zero didn't like whatever it was James had planned as he shuts him down with that elbow to face. James responds back with an arm drag, neither side allowing the other to gain the advantage as James continues to work the legs of Zero Lopez and locks on another knee bar. Count two off that Frankensteiner, and he goes Frankensteiner once again, right into another knee bar. Like, Zero Lopez is well known as a Lucha Libre style competitor, but he is getting out lucha'd by Holloway. But that sling blade finding its mark, moonsault fall, goes for the cover, and gets 2.9. Holloway barely able to get his shoulder up. Holloway looked like he was going for the 450, but decided that he thought better of it. And dive kick right to the back of the head of Holloway. Holloway signaling for the 450, but he's too close to the center of the ring. Elects to just go for the tombstone pile driver. Zero going for that Enziguri throwback, unable to find its mark. Stroke goes up top. And Zero hitting with the 450, goes up top again, and another 450, showing that James is not the only one that can do the flippy shit in this match. James going up top, and James hitting the 450. But Zero able to get his feet on the ropes. James possibly losing track of where he was in the ring after he hit that strike combination. And signaling once again for the 450. And James Holloway once again taking out a competitor with that deadly, and quite literally in this case, 450 splash. And salute to James. That was, that was just outstanding wrestling from James Holloway and Zero. Now Zero getting jeered a little bit from the crowd So we do still have a couple more matches to look forward to tonight. Of course, there was some requests for some Judgment Pro Wrestling and Blake's House Wrestling interpromotional matchups. We might be able to make something like that happen later on tonight. In addition, of course, we have the 2 advertised matchups, being the Tag Team Championship match, where David Clement and Matthew Knapp won the number 1 contender slot last week. They will be competing against Sterling and Worzalla. And of course, there is the Maglo Open Challenge, where Maglo will be defending his title as, or rather, defending his main event spot against Antonov. But right now, let's jump right back into the Shoot League. Yeah, Eric very much got out lucha'd. I am fairly certain there is a sunset flip in your move list. I'll have to look later. Alright, so we are in D block. Ramon's been having a rough time. Let's see. He does have 2 more matches, one of them being Ken Shamrock. And I'm thinking we do Ramon versus Ken Shamrock, plus another match in D block. But what are you guys thinking about the matchups here? The only match I am not going to give you guys tonight is Ken Shamrock versus JCVD, as that will be the last match in D block, because I am almost certain that is going to be the deciding matchup of D block. But we still have a lot left to go here. Neither Taka Michinoku nor Ramon have wins in D block competition. Shamrock and Natsuo. I can do that. Alright, let's go ahead and run that right now. This could be a huge... This is potential for a major upset. If the G-Girl semifinalist Natsuo Ishidou is able to take out Ken Shamrock. Ken Shamrock, of course, you saw just a couple weeks ago, just completely shut down Taka Michinoku with that ankle lock. Now, Natsuo is certainly no stranger to mixed martial arts competition. See if she fares any better. She has already been in this match for twice as long as Taka has, and is able to get out of those hanging punches. But Ken Shamrock, once upon a time the most dangerous man on the planet, just proving that with his just ability to get out of and around the offensive maneuvers that Natsuo wants to employ in this matchup. But not able to get away. He's kind of pinned against the cage, and Natsuo able to land a series of strikes. But Ken Shamrock taking Natsuo's legs out from under her. Goes to the double leg, gets sidestepped. And Natsuo once again just trying to get Shamrock sort of near the cage wall, where her strikes are going to be a little bit more dangerous. The two of them fight their way back to the center, and Ken Shamrock now has Natsuo near the wall, but Natsuo grinding Shamrock down, just trying to wear her opponent down. Ken Shamrock just repeated punches to the jaw of Natsuo. Natsuo not exactly known for her sportsmanship, throwing that leg kick possibly after the bell. Ooh, quite literally beaten to the punch. Ken Shamrock finally finding success with that double leg and locks on that knee bar. And thus far, it has been all Natsuo. Kicking Shamrock's legs out from under his legs. If Shamrock doesn't get a miracle hold, his goal might just be to survive here. But there's that hanging choke, just trying to wear his opponent down, and appears to be fairly successful at it. This matchup certainly not going the way we thought it was going to going into this match. Clubbing blow from Ken Shamrock. And Natsuo once again just grinding her opponent down, trying to wear Ken Shamrock out. But looks like Natsuo is the one that is somewhat winded here, as she was unable to get back to her feet, and Ken Shamrock beats her to it and locks on another knee bar. Ooh, ducks that spinning back fist. Clubbing blow from Ken Shamrock. Once again, Shamrock saved by the bell, but once again, Natsuo possibly throwing those kicks after the bell. Another sweep kick. And one of her signature holds, that scarf hold, the Anaconda Vice, just trying to take the wind out of Ken Shamrock. Unable to do so on that exchange. Gets a mount. Throws repeated headbutts. Hey, what's going on, Drew? Ken Shamrock has about a minute and a half that he has to survive, because at this point he is so far down. Unless he gets a miracle of a submission hold, he is going to be unable to win this contest. But he only has to hang on for another minute, but I say that as Ramon was literally a second away from being saved by the bell last week. So certainly anything could happen. Both with Shamrock getting on a clutch hold, or Natsuo just taking Ken Shamrock's head completely off with that buzzsaw kick that she's known for. Shamrock not submitting to these mounted punches, so he's got 10 seconds to go. Goes for the double leg. Knee bar, and Natsuo potentially saved by the bell. This match will go to a draw. Certainly not the conclusion anyone was expecting going into this match, where Natsuo dominated those 3 rounds, but unable to close out against the baddest man on the planet. And that match will go to a draw, and that has some huge implications for how D-Block is going to shake out. As now Ken Shamrock is significantly behind in point, behind Jean-Claude Van Damme. Though Van Damme has not fought Ishidou yet. So there is some potential that he is also unable to take Natsuo out in decisive fashion in 3 rounds. I do want to put on Ramon and Ken Shamrock. Let's see. Yeah, I actually would also like to see that. Possibly after Shoot League wraps up, we can put a pin in that and see how that goes. Or possibly have the two of them in SWA rules action, where the fight may play out a little bit differently. But we did have a Ken Shamrock match already, but I kind of want to see what happens with Shamrock and Ramon, because he has had a bit of bad luck thus far in the tournament. Let's see if he can turn it around. Natsuo certainly showing it is possible to go the distance against the baddest man on the planet. Let us see if it is possible for Ramon to do so, who has had 2 straight losses in mixed martial arts action. And that had also followed some possible losses in real life. So really, Ramon needs the win here. So, hopefully Ramon was studying some tape from the previous match, as it was definitely proof of concept that Ken Shamrock is not unbeatable, but Ramon busted open already. It's been less than it was less than a minute before he was made to bleed in this contest. Certainly not a good start. But Ramon just not allowing Shamrock to get anything out of those double leg takedowns. That is definitely something Ramon needs, is just to defend himself when Shamrock has got advantageous position. Body slam followed by a chokehold by Ramon. Ramon just trying to get a hold any way he can on Ken Shamrock. Repeated chops, and he's going to work the leg here. But Ken Shamrock just outspeeding the larger competitor. Certainly not unexpected, given Shamrock's status as just an absolute force of nature. Ooh, big slam from Shamrock. Locks on the ankle lock. This was the move that tapped out Taka Michinoku in 20 seconds. But Ramon able to hang on. But Ramon getting slammed again, and he locks on another ankle hold. This time possibly a knee bar, but Ramon able to power his way out. See hanging punches from the baddest man on the planet. Bit of a lull as the two competitors sort of feel their way out. Ramon just kind of trying to reposition his opponent. Unable to really capitalize any further than that. Got a good mount position and just repeated knee lifts into the face of Ramon, just targeting that busted open forehead of his opponent, which is certainly an excellent bit of strategy. Locks on a guillotine choke. But Shamrock possibly tiring himself out a little bit as he did not get to his feet first. Unclear what it was Ramon was going for there, but whatever it was reversed and immediately put into another ankle lock from Ken Shamrock. Ramon just having a rough time finding any kind of foothold on his opponent. But just the guts and never say die attitude of Ramon, just not allowing himself to be submitted. But guts is not enough. Or more importantly, your guts are not enough when they are spilled all over the floor by your opponent. And that is what Ken Shamrock has been attempting to do over the course of this match. Ooh, a big rolling knee bar, escaping whatever situation Shamrock attempted to put him in. And that has served Ramon well. Just the fighter's instinct to protect himself when he is at disadvantage. Big double leg takedown. To a scarf hold. Ramon still hanging on. And once again, Ramon submitted near the end of round 3. Ramon just can't seem to get a break in this tournament. So D block in a certainly interesting place. The decisive matchup will almost certainly be Shamrock and Van Dam. You know what's fucked up is Ramon's one of the highest statted Blake's House guys, but he has just been getting bopped in the shoot league. But it's a totally different skill set, mixed martial arts and professional wrestling. And the people that can crossover back and forth, you know, props to them. But Ramon's certainly not able to do so. He is certainly a monster of a competitor in a professional wrestling setting, but just can't seem to find his way in the octagon. But yeah, the decisive matchup for D Block will almost certainly be Ken Shamrock versus Jean-Claude Van Damme. but the dark horse, Natsuo Ishidou, could potentially steal one. She has a matchup against Taka Michinoku, who has not gotten a win on Blake's House TV, and against Jean-Claude Van Damme. It would be unfair to say Taka is a gimme, but she is certainly favored in that matchup. Van Damme is the wild card. She went the distance against Ken Shamrock. If she does it against Van Damme, that would be a tremendous upset. But we will have to wait for that until next week. Right now, we've got some tag team action for you guys tonight. We've been hyping this match up. She could potentially tie, and I am not totally clear on how tiebreakers work in this game's league format. Is basically what she would need to do. Though I think based on strength of schedule, if she doesn't lose to to Van Damme or Shamrock, I think she comes out better out of the deal. But I am certainly not an expert in how New Japan runs their leagues, which is how what this game is based off of. So, you saw David Clement and Matthew Knapp last week. They fought their asses off in tag team tournament action, earned themselves a #1 contender shot. They are going against an absolute force of nature in Sterling and Worzalla. But Matthew Knapp and David Clement, certainly, if anyone can upset nature itself, it's these two gentlemen right here. We are going to see how that plays out right now. So Matthew Knapp, of course, known for his extremely unorthodox offensive techniques. And David probably best known for his excessive use of foreign objects. Certainly not the, typical pro wrestling opponents that Sterling and Worzalla are used to competing against. And it might be that unfamiliarity that are going to work in that team's advantage. But just the power of Sterling and Worzalla are going to be just a mountain to overcome. Sterling already going to some of his biggest moves, trying to end this match early. Just slams, falling fists, elbows, knees. David wants out of this match already. He tags his partner, Matthew Knapp, into this contest. To be clear, the tag team tournament to decide the #1 contender was elimination tag. This match will be one fall to the finish. Want to clear that up now before we get a little bit further on to the match. And match ends suddenly on a pinfall or submission. Matt repeatedly working the shoulder of Sterling. Which may make it more difficult for Sterling to get either of these men up for his giant chokeslam. And there is the patented dick hold from Matthew Knapp. That vice grip that got his team the #1 contender's spot. But it was immediately broken up by Worzalla. And Worzalla electing to, or Matthew electing to tag out, but pulling Worzalla out and allowing David a moment to breathe. Double leg takedown into a cross arm breaker. Somewhat unusual for the Matt and David team to go for some more traditional wrestling offense. Worzalla electing to catch his wind while David's on the outside. Stay to the ropes, big headbutt. And just trying to wear down his opponent with that leg hold. Both men electing to tag out. Big face rake from Sterling. Sterling right back with those clubbing blows, just attacking from all angles, just trying to disable his opponent. And now it is Matt working the arm, and Sterling immediately breaking that up. Matt going with those repeated chops to the chest. X marks the spot where those open hand chops have found their mark. And once again, that vice grip from Matthew Knapp that has ended match after match in his favor. Sterling seems to have a bit of trouble to find his bearings on his opponent here. It's this unorthodox offense from his opponents that are possibly frustrating and confusing him. David attempting to spit the poison mist at Worzalla, attempting to disorient his opponent. Worzalla electing to bring David a little bit nearer his own corner. Some unusually good teamwork from the Sterling Worzalla team. This team more known for their individual fighting ability than their ability to work together. It just happens that they are two powerhouses that they can get away with the poor teamwork. Big back elbow, possibly going for that running elbow drop hold, and it hits square across the neck of David and getting 2.9 right over Courage the Cowardly Dog. Yeah, Worzalla also works with hair, which he does not have shoot hair. Worzalla, after doing that tremendous damage, ooh, big surprise roll-up, only gets one out of it. After doing damage with that elbow drop hold, elects to tag his partner into the match, allowing Sterling to possibly start working his opponents over. Sterling has not yet hit that giant choke slam, a maneuver that he is very well known for. Ooh, big rolling cross arm breaker from Matthew Knapp. Gut wrench suplex right into the blue Gatorade corner. Jackknife cover. And once again, Worzalla ends up. What's David doing here? Sterling is not the legal man. Sterling just absolutely dumpstered onto the outside. Worzalla going for another elbow drop hold. That would have absolutely devastated David there. As just the force of someone that size dropping that elbow onto him is just absolutely dangerous. And he could be going for it again. And Matt, excellent strategy, just rolling out of the way, but it looks like he hit it anyway, just right in the chest. And gets 2.9. Both men hit with that huge elbow drop hold. So both members of the challenging team have been hit with Worzalla's just absolutely devastating elbow drop. David locking on a chin lock, trying to slow the match down and get himself back into it, but Sterling immediately to his feet. And seems to be pushing David back into the blue Gatorade corner. But David is down. It would almost seem to take a miracle for David and Matt to get back into this match, as Sterling and Worzalla have just been absolutely dominant forces physically. That's just the unorthodox offense from Matt and David, while proving to be effective early on. Sterling and Worzalla seem to have adjusted quite well. Ooh, big Mongolian chop from David. There's David bringing those foreign objects that he's known for. But the resiliency of Worzalla not allowing himself to bleed. Big turn, belly to belly. Looks like Worzalla's winding up. Unable to hit the elbow drop hold. And once again, Matt locking on that cross arm breaker. That could be what this team needs to get back into this match. Just start working the joints of these larger competitors. Take away their power. Ooh, big gut wrench suplex. Matt going for a bit of a gimmicky roll-up here. Gets count 2 out of it. And Sterling just denying whatever thing that Matt wanted to do there off that back switch. Which, really just an excellent bit of strategy. Just deny your opponent's offensive efforts. Matt going for the double leg, unable to hit it. And also unable to get anything off that back switch. Sterling once again with that tombstone piledriver, a maneuver that he has been going to quite a bit in this match. He seems to be favoring it. Remember, Sterling has not hit his signature hold yet. Ooh, big Emerald Flosion. He's electing to go back to his own corner. Insiguri throwback from David Clement. Goes for another one. If anything, that one's the throwback. Pop-up powerbomb, that could be it. 1, 2. Only gets 2. Let's see. Hearing some calls from the crowd. They want some dick-based offense from the, not necessarily the innovator, but certainly someone that has... Oh, there's another huge elbow drop hold. That's got to be it. It's not. David will fight on. But Worzalla is starting to run out of gas, and that could be the moment where Matt and David can turn things around. There's that vice grip from Matthew Knapp that he has won so many matches. Worzalla clearly slowing down here, but hitting that big elbow drop once again. And despite nearly running out of his stamina, he was able to find exactly what he needed in the tank to land that absolutely devastating elbow drop hold. And Sterling and Worzalla will successfully defend their title. All right, so we've got a little bit of a special match, special exhibition going, as there was a request for some Blake's House and some Judgment Pro Wrestling guys to show up in the same contest. So I am going to need some wrestlers that are neither Blake's House nor Judgment Pro Wrestling competitors, as we are going to be having some six-man action. Let's see. So, of course, that is going to be all the real wrestlers. There are... Okay, Bonesaw. So, Tony Jaa has been... This is a six-man tag. Bonesaw was requested. I can definitely do Bonesaw. Let's see, that is TV, yeah. Alright, so who's, Alright. You know what, we can work with that. Let's see here. Okay, that's weird that he doesn't have the crossface as his finisher. Alright, so we'll have Bonesaw and the Canadian Crippler. I'll have to check and see if I have a Piper. Hold on. But, so we've got... let me see really quick if I have a Piper. Oh, I do have a Piper. Neat. Okay, so we'll have Piper. And I saw Jabali. We can make that happen. Oh, man. Actually, Alpazar would literally never tag with Jabali, so I might do a switch here. I think Eric Alpazar would rather tag with a murderer than Alex Jabali. So I'm going to switch the teams up a little bit. Actually, you know what? Actually, I'm going to go with Full Sail Alpazar. Like, this is not me putting, yeah, this is not me putting Alpazar on blast. Like, he has publicly said he doesn't care for Jabali. Like, and it's not really on me to speak for him. But, yeah, like, he is not a big fan of Jabali for whatever reason. Do I have Jabali and Real People for some... Oh, yeah, I do have Jabali and Real People. Yeah, okay. So this is going to be our teams. This is one fall to the finish. Some six-man tag action. We are going to get to see some... I mean... Chris Benoit is a shoot murderer. So, yeah, we've got some six-man tag action, some Blake's House Pro Wrestling guys competing in the same ring as Judgment Pro Wrestling. Certainly no guarantee that the two will lock up in this match, but we are going to get a bit of a taste of what's maybe to come in the future with Blake's House and Judgment Pro Wrestling. Maybe doing a little bit more head-to-head coming up in the future. But let's not get ahead of ourselves, as we have a match right now. Of course, we have Eric Alpizar, Bonesaw, and their partner. Bonesaw, asking you, the fans, are you ready? Because Bonesaw is definitely ready for some six-man tag team action. And in the orange Gatorade corner, we have Alex Shibeli, the CEO of CEO. Joey Baggy and Roddy Piper. Certainly a dangerous group of guys. This will not be Bonesaw's first match on Blake's House TV, as he fought member of Nick's wrestling organization, Dick Bruiser, in a steel cage. Of course, losing in a steel cage, quite famously to Spider-Man and Dick Bruiser. But we'll see if he fares any better in six-man tag action. Bonesaw, of course, very similar fighting style to professional wrestler Macho Man Randy Savage, who has had several matches with Roddy Piper. Drew, I will have to look and see if there is a Griffith on the Fire Pro Workshop. I am almost certain there is. Of course, Loud Copy, like, I am not going to stiff my workers out of a paycheck. Alright, let's see. Bonesaw tagging his partner into this match. And Joey's opponent attempting to gain an advantage and is able to do so, just suplexing him onto the mat. Of course, this wrestler very well known for his series of suplexes, as well as his mastery over submission holds. Joey's opponent misses with a dropkick as Joey is able to sidestep. And Joey just locking on a headlock as his opponent powers out. Both men battling over the Arc System Works logo, and Joey gaining the upper hand, tagging Roddy Piper back into this match. And Alpizar tagged into this match by his partner, and putting his educated feet to good use. You know what? Credit where credit is due. Once again, this is Eric Alpizar coming off of an excellent weekend in Dragon Ball FighterZ competition. And let's see if that momentum continues in a wrestling ring. Of course, Eric is best known for his educated feet. His Taekwondo background allows him to just deliver powerful kicks from a bunch of different angles, and we are now at a moment where Judgment Pro Wrestling and Blake's House are competing head-to-head in the same ring. And Alpizar tagging out to his opponent, electing to delay that matchup a little bit. And Joey electing to get an international object into this match. And his opponent just suplexing him to the floor. Joey just continuing to attempt to bring foreign objects into play, and he is unable to do so, as his opponent punishes him on both instances. Joey suplexing his opponent onto the mat. And Alpizar being tagged in by his partner. And Joey, it seemed as though he was going back to his own corner, but it looks like he's going to continue on with this matchup. He wants to test Alpizar for himself. Gets a 1 count out of it. Just kind of testing the waters. And Joey having a bit of an upper hand at this point in the match, electing to tag in Jabali. Now this is the matchup that Alpizar almost certainly wanted, as he locks on a knee bar. Repeated punches. Jabali going up top. Big elbow drop onto Alpazar. And Alpazar electing to tag Bonesaw in. Let's see if Jabali is ready for his new opponent. Big right hook denying Jabali whatever offensive effort he wanted and cutting him off before he's able to get to his own corner. And once again, just going for that low blow. And again, denying that right hook and returning with a right hook of his own. Bonesaw just sidestepped by Jabali, allowing Joey to get back into this contest. And Joey has been on fire for the past several minutes. And it looks like that momentum will continue. Surprise roll-up one. Only gets one. And the elbows of Bonesaw, certainly his most effective offensive weapon. And it looks like he is finally starting to be able to put those to use against Joey. Oh, it looked like Joey was going for some kind of Frankensteiner, but he gets stacked up. And Bonesaw gets a count too. Neither man really able to gain the upper hand in that strike exchange, and Bonesaw electing to go back into his own corner and tags his partner in. And Joey doing the same, bringing Roddy Piper into this contest. Roddy Piper delivering a punishing double axe handle to his opponent. And a huge lariat as he locks on a leg hold. Roddy Piper just working the arms and legs of his opponent, just trying to disable him. We've been seeing a lot of that tonight. It is somewhat unfocused in that you are not working towards a submission of a particular body part. However, like working the arms, legs, and neck individually can sort of limit your, or together can sort of limit your opponent's options as their offense becomes less effective from each of those positions. And there's Bonesaw with his patented hanging choke. We've seen that a lot with Bonesaw on Blake's House TV. Bonesaw going for the cover. Only gets two. That is not going to be enough to put Joey away. A-Man may be the face of Judgment Pro Wrestling, but Joey is certainly right up there with him. But Joey electing to save himself a little bit. Sort of save that energy for later on in the match when he may need it. And electing to bring Roddy Piper back in. And Piper sidestepping that lariat and gaining the upper hand after doing so. Bonesaw just showing an amazing display of power. Being the physically larger competitor, possibly larger than any one of the Orange Gatorade Corner's competitors individually. And he is showing that size and strength difference by just punishing Piper with that big jumping pile driver. Certainly a maneuver that Piper is no stranger to, as he has employed that on his own, getting a 2.9 from Bonesaw. And once again, we have the Judgment Pro Wrestling and Blake's House matchup. And Alpazar beating Joey to the punch, but Joey electing to lock on that sharpshooter. Big spinning back fist from Alpazar. And Joey, excellent bit of strategy, bringing the fight back to his own corner. Certainly something you need to watch out for from Joey. Actually, this is really a contest where both competitors have absolutely devastating kicks that they can just take their opponent out of the match with. We have not really seen that from Joey thus far, but certainly watch out for it, because those massive bombs can come from out of nowhere. Just as I say that, both Alpazar and Joey have elected to get themselves out of this match as Bonesaw delivers a big spin-out powerbomb. Goes for the cover on Jabali. 1, 2, 2.9. Jabali is not done. Jabali, of course, wrestled with a, I believe, severed Achilles. So he is not going to let anything keep him down in a professional wrestling setting. Bonesaw once again going to these repeated illegal offensive maneuvers. Low blow after low blow and choke after choke. While he may not be able to legally win the contest with it, he is certainly wearing his opponents down. Cover air. 1, 2. 2.9. Bonesaw is to his feet first. And a kidney shot from Bonesaw as Bonesaw tags his partner back into this contest. Roddy Piper does the same. Joey is back into the match. And Joey is being ground down by his opponent. And his opponent just throwing up the X. He is saying this match is going to be over. Big running DDT from Joey's opponent here. Body slam right on the center. Joey setting up for something big. Running springboard elbow right into the chest of his opponent. Moonsault fall right on the logo too. 2.9. Joey's opponent refusing to give up. Small package hold. 1, 2. 2.9. Joey able to get away from that surprise maneuver. And there is the educated feet from Joey at work. And his opponent electing to tag his partner in, Alpazar, as he hits a reverse chokeslam right in his own corner. Both competitors battling it out. It looks like Joey pushing Alpazar back to his own corner, but that huge kick right into the face of Joey may have gotten him the upper hand. But just as I say that, Joey once again setting up for this big springboard. Can he hit it? Springboard elbow right in the center. And he's electing to go back to his own corner as that clearly took a lot out of him. Big double stomp from Alpazar. And he's attempting to bring Jabali away from the ropes. Is that going to be enough? And Alpazar getting a pinfall victory over Alex Jabali. And we will have to wonder what might have been after Joey hit that springboard elbow if he thought he had a little bit more gas in the tank to hit that moonsault fall. Would Alpazar have been able to kick out of it? We certainly won't know, as that is not how this match played out. Joey did tag Jabali into the match. Alpazar was able to gain the upper hand, hit the double stomp off the top, covers him 1, 2, 3. And that will go a victory under Alpazar over Alex Jabali, which I am certain he is happy about. So, we've got the fans in the back asking, when is Maglo? Well, I have got some good news for you, as that match is next. So, let me swing over. All right, what do you guys think? You think this match should be title on the line, or no? Maglo has not defended his title in quite a while. Alright, I can definitely work with that. Plus, we can't have JB3 of Judgment Pro Wrestling challenging the validity of the Maglo Open Challenge and not put some stakes in this match. So let us see how Maglo handles himself. Let's see here. Against Antonov. That match, of course, happening right now. Antonov winning earlier tonight in the over-the-top rope battle royal. Looking to be Antonov 2 belts. Against the face of Blake's House Professional Wrestling. That is Maglo. Maglo, of course, can be found at maglo.work or maglo.bandcamp.com if you want to hear any of the music that he has put together over the years. Of course, he is responsible for Mr. Theme Song, Orlando Nunez's theme. The theme of Orlando Nunez. But right now, the focus is not on Maglo's music career. It is his in-ring career as a competitor, which thus far has been extremely successful. But he has certainly not fought an opponent with the size advantage that Antonov has had. Hits a huge lariat. And just a devastating kick right to the side of the head of Maglo. Maglo returning with elbows to the face and a clubbing blow to the back. The enormous back of Antonov. And Antonov just finds that idea absolutely ludicrous that he would attempt to cover after that. And kicks out not even at 1. And Maglo with his signature spinning toe hold. But Antonov immediately powering out. Back elbow, but unable to get any additional offense as Maglo just powers his way out. But those hanging punches, certainly a nuisance for Maglo as he delivers an elbow to face to shut down whatever additional offense that Antonov would have. Going to the high blue Gatorade district and thinks better of it as Maglo gets to his feet. And Antonov will just take a break right in the center of the ring as Maglo finds his way back in. Maglo beaten to the punch with Antonov's kick. And once again, Antonov is king of the hill. Looks like he's trying to send a message to Maglo that he is the one that will be standing tall in the center of the ring after this matchup. And it looks like Maglo is going for that flashing elbow, possibly a little bit too early. But what is not too early is the airplane spin, a maneuver that has certainly got the kids at home screaming. Like, they do love it when Maglo locks on the airplane spin, as well as this spinning toe hold. Like, we like a little bit of camp in our professional wrestling here at Blake's House Wrestling. Ooh, evades that hip attack. And once again, Maglo going to that spinning toe hold, made famous by Terry Funk. A beautiful 1-2 combination, and the two are just chopping right in the center of the ring. Antonov gets to his feet first, but barely though. And Antonov just elbow after elbow to the face of Maglo, goes for the cover. 1, 2, 2.9. Maglo may be in trouble here, as he has not really gotten a sustained offensive effort at any point in this match, and he is dazed on the outside. But those strikes, repeated strikes, could be what Maglo needs to try and slow down the powerhouse that is Antonov. And now, once again, going for the flashing elbow, and this time he hits it. And once again, repeated elbow strikes from Antonov. Goes for the cover again. This could be it. 2.9 once again. Maglo kind of running out of ideas here. Going for that airplane spin. Certainly keeping the kids at home happy, but not really doing a lot to shut down Antonov's offense. Antonov putting Maglo up top. Maglo sunset flip powerbomb. 1, 2. Gets 2, but Antonov is to his feet first. And just kicks the head clean off of Maglo. Big gut wrench suplex. Dragging Maglo to the center. Electing not to go for the cover. Big unprettier. Some vintage Canadian offense from Antonov as he delivers the mounted punches. Goes for that axe kick that does not find its mark. Maglo hits a slam into a big Samoan drop. He's finally starting to change gears here, but it may be too little too late. Antonov is big boy senton off the top, and once again just trying to decapitate Maglo with those punishing kicks. And Maglo is just trying to get things started, and he has been completely unable to do so. Maglo hitting the sliding D. There's another one of his signature holds. But there's Maglo, once again punished by those brutal elbows, and that's got to be it. Antonov, 3-count fall. And Antonov is your new champion, winning the Maglo Open Challenge Battle Royal and defeating Maglo in the Maglo Open Challenge in the main event. And the 8 billion people at home watching as Antonov is able to capture gold in Blake's House Professional Wrestling, surely cheering as their hero Antonov is your new champion. So, got another dark match as we are basically officially off air at that point. That was the main event, so I'm going to hit random selects. Let's see here. You did suggest that he appear in the Battle Royal, so I will give you that. Let's see. Hawk has been on Blake's House TV already, as has Kurt Hennig. Let's see here. So what are we thinking for tonight's dark match? And actually, you know what, Nick? If you want to slot one of your guys in because you jumped in super late, I'm cool with that. Alright, let's have Bruce Lee. I'm cool with that. I don't like how this Bruce Lee just looks like the guy from the Warriors. So let's see who's in Nick's wrestling organization that we could possibly have fight Bruce Lee. I mean, like, I get it. Like, time zones are a bitch. And, like, jet lag also not great. So, you thinking one of your guys? Again, let's see. Laz Cobb? All right, we can make that happen. All right, so we have Laz Cobb versus Bruce Lee in some dark match action. It was a good match. Yeah, I know we haven't had a lot of your stuff on TV, just because you have not been watching live, so you haven't been requesting your own guys. But I know we were chatting yesterday about how to work your guys in as an angle, and that's still the plan. So after me and GK's angle wraps up, I can kind of run one with your guys going into the shoot division. Shit, if you want to hop on a call now, I'm totally cool with that. Because basically, as soon as I go off air, we can set up stuff for the Def Jam tournament. Basically do whatever clerical stuff I have not done already. And just make sure that's all where it needs to go. But yeah, let me go ahead and get you on the line now if you're cool with it. Hey, no worries, man. Catch you later on. Appreciate you subscribing and giving $2.50 to Blake's House Professional Wrestling.
Right.
Good job on your match earlier tonight, and I will catch you later on down the road, man. Sorry, I was in the middle of saying some stuff when you jumped in. What's good, man?
No problem. You know, we're here.
Yeah?
Getting real close.
Yeah, I'd say the matches, aside from the Colby match, which I think he just lost before Interference could have a chance to come in, which that's on me for putting up in a mismatch. The other two matches went exactly the way I thought they were going to go. So.
Yeah.
Oh shit, Drew subscribed. Fucking appreciate it, man. Really appreciate it.
Gotta love them subs.
Yeah. James was telling me that you usually don't get a partner without 7 streams a month, and I have literally never averaged 7 streams a month. So I'm surprised I got it at all.
The thing is, I don't think you're partner, you're affiliate.
Oh, that's, yeah, or affiliate is the thing I meant.
Yeah, and affiliate, from what I've heard, they've really relaxed the requirements.
Gotcha.
Because, I mean, my brother, even though he's going to start streaming more frequently, hasn't really been streaming all that frequently, and he got it.
Okay. I mean, I'm not going to complain. Like, if people are going to give me $2.50 to put on a wrestling show every Sunday, I'll take it.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. I mean, I'm not saying anything about it. I'm just like,
yeah,
I'm the voice that's clarifying.
Okay, yeah. Like, basically, however it happened, I'm totally cool with it.
But, yeah, Def Jam, we've got definitely a couple things to edit with the Matcherino.
Yeah, I think I've still got the Matcherino, tournament sign-up sheet pointing to the old Smash GG, which I need to fix, among other things.
Yes. The old rule set is on there.
Alright, so...
Because we added a couple band characters that weren't included with that list.
Right, so that's all stuff, literally, as soon as I go off air, that is something that I can fix in a minute, and I'll just do that while we're chatting.
Yeah, no, there's some stuff I'll talk about off stream.
No problem.
It hasn't happened yet, so I'm not going to say it.
Okay, no worries. And actually, I may have some news with respect to that, and we'll talk about it off stream.
Okay, so Bruce Lee won that.
Oh yeah, he fucking obliterated Laz Cobb. But I mean, he is Bruce Lee, so
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of to be expected.
right. All right.
Although it
Well,
is-
I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to shut the stream down. For everybody that is still in the channel, I appreciate you guys coming to watch my wrestling show. We're doing this every Sunday, typically at about 7:30. So hope to see you guys next week. And as I have said, week in and week out, if there are characters you want to suggest that you find on the Steam Workshop, submit them to me. I can add them to my save when I'm doing viewer request matches. They can show up there. Because I know nearly everyone in the chat right now literally exists in my save as a playable character. If you want to shoot an angle and start some shit with somebody, you are more than welcome to do that as well. But that will have to wait till a later date, as I am going to sign off. Thank you guys for coming, and I will catch you guys down the road.